It was incredibly important for me to portray Jess's character with as much honor as I could. I think both of us are very determined people. We're very ambitious.
What part of Jess is most like yourself? And was it important for you to play a character who, had more on the line in the show than just solving puzzles?
Absolutely. Yes, it was incredibly important for me to portray Jess's character with as much honor as I could. I think both of us are very determined people. We're very ambitious, a little stubborn, but I think we lead with the heart, and I think it serves us well.
Did you feel any pressure to lead this franchise? Take it in a different direction after Nicolas Cage was the leading star.
Honestly, I was incredibly excited for the opportunity. I fell in love with Jess immediately after I read the script, and I truthfully just wanted, people to get to see a different American perspective, tied in with the same history and adventure and thrill that the movies brought.
And the job gave you this great opportunity to work with some really incredible stars right off the bat. You got Harvey Keitel and Justin Bertha and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Did you ever feel overwhelmed by sharing the screen with them in your first major series?
I think my intention was just to fully absorb them as they came. I think like I had always I respect them since the beginning. I had respected, their process, and I was just really intrigued to get to learn and take a few nuggets of wisdom from each of them. So it was really cool.
One last question I have for you is, the show you got all of you have such great chemistry right from the start. Were you guys able to rehearse before the filming to get that sense that you guys? It really feels like you guys have been friends for years.
Oh, thank you for saying that. No, we actually had just met, all of us. I think actually Jake and Jordan had known each other briefly the year before, which is actually really crazy to think about. But no, it was all of us for the first time hanging out in Baton Rouge. I have specific memories of us having like these dance parties. I'm pretty sure Siri has recordings of us dancing around in Jake's apartment, I think, over there. And but yeah, it was like the first night we all got together. We felt like a family, and I think our natural chemistry is definitely going to show on the screen.
Thanks for taking the time to speak with us, and I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you guys get a season two.
Thank you so much. It's very kind of you.
Zuri, you first. Tasha and Jess have this great chemistry in the show, and I really love how you guys complement each other.
Thank you.
How are we going to see that relationship challenged by the puzzle and all of the things that are going on in their lives throughout the
Yeah.
rest of, it's through the start of the series?
Um, you know, that's so funny so Tasha and Jess are best friends, and so down for each other, but they're very different as well. Jess's lifelong dream is to become an FBI agent, and Tasha thinks the FBI's are the worst thing ever. Like they're always listening, and they're sneaky, and they want you to fail, and so having them on the two opposite sides of that spectrum obviously causes some disagreements over the journey. However, Tasha is very much ride or die and willing to do anything to help her friends out. So she kind of is forced to reevaluate some of those beliefs that she holds so dear to her for the bigger picture, which is to help her friends, for sure.
And that contrast between those two characters, of course, is on display when they first meet Lyndon's character.
Exactly.
Yeah, perfect segue. So when Ross gets more invested in this treasure hunt, are you personally also getting more excited too about where this is taking everybody?
Well, yeah, because I mean, even just as the actor, you're reading these scripts and you don't know what's going to happen next. We obviously had to wait weeks in between getting these scripts. So Lyndon was just excited to see how Ross was going to start fitting all of these puzzle pieces together. And Ross is equally as excited to start fitting all these puzzle pieces together. Art was imitating life the entire time. And she really has a very circumventing route of like, is she going to help these kids? Does she think Billy's a good guy? Is Billy a bad guy? Like, she has to kind of pick up all these breadcrumbs from very strange places. And that was really exciting for Lyndon to piece together and Ross.
And the series is shot in Baton Rouge, which is sort of an interesting location. How has that setting informed the show? You think that it shapes it?
That was my first time in Baton Rouge. You too, right? Or
no, I've been in Baton Rouge before. Yeah, but we were shooting Baton Rouge for Baton Rouge. Right. Yeah, so that informs the show because the show takes place actually in Baton Rouge.
In Baton Rouge. And I was so surprised how much history is there. There's these gorgeous, gorgeous buildings around where we were staying, actually, which I didn't really know was there. So to film there it was awesome, and it was just like new,
Yeah.
Were either of you fans of the original National Treasure movies? And you guys got to work with Justin Bertha a lot so far. Was that exciting to see an original cast member join you guys?
Oh yeah.
Anytime we had an original cast member around, that was always really, really thrilling. I mean, Zuri was a huge fan of the movies as a kid. I kind of came into them a little bit later, but to have Justin around, Harvey around, Armando Riesco around, to have those OG members, it's like, they're like blessing our show.
Yeah.
You must have been so excited to just see Nicolas Cage's character's name in the script, even though he wasn't.
Yeah, that was such a tease. Like, just reading that name, right. I was like immediately flipping through the script. Like, did they not tell us that?
Well, maybe it'll show up in season 2.
Maybe.
Never say never.
Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk to us today, and I wish you the best of luck on the rest of the show. Jordan and Antonio, your characters start off the series as really close friends, and it seems like guys know each other off the bat. Before the show started, did you guys get to know each other and work together, building that chemistry that you guys have?
Yeah, me and Antonio, we're big sports guys, so we would actually go play basketball, we played tennis. We learned very early on that we've got a very healthy competitive chemistry, so it was cool because immediately we become roommates in the show. And even though we're not doing, acting practices, we actually bonded over those things, and I think it does show in the. It
really does. And in real life, he feels like a big brother to me, and I feel like in the show there are many moments where he does feel like a big brother to Oren, and it's a pleasure, buddy. Oh, that was like a little. That was cute.
That was cute, guys. That was cute.
So I guess that makes Jake the older brother for everyone. Then
I like certified fun uncle. That's if I could go for anything. That's
Jake and Jordan. Your characters also sort of seem to have like a little bit of a love triangle going on with Lisette early on.
Oh, us. Oh, yeah, we are them.
How do you guys balance that in the show with while you've got this great treasure puzzle going on, and you also got these personal dramas between everybody?
Oh man, I mean, I think that has a lot to do with just like the solid pacing and writing with the Whibs. I mean, we really didn't know how it was going to end up throughout the entire show, and I also think it's fun and it's playful, and it's like Jess has two people on her shoulders, right? The devil and the angel in some aspects.
And I think the focus is so much on the treasure and Jess's story, on the pursuit for this treasure and her family history. So that is really the driving force. It's not like the show is based around our feud or the love triangle, but it just plays this part that sort of gives it the stakes a little bit more higher, and you just see the shots of me looking at them and then vice versa. It just adds an extra depth, and but the treasure is the main focus.
But you also do see the mutual respect that you guys have with each other, and I think that was really cool to watch.
There is eventually a certain unfolding later in the series. I feel like that. I think the best love triangle is what makes it really tough for audiences is when you love both characters. There's no bad character here. We both like our love for Jess is justified in both.
And in that treasure hunt, you guys are being pursued by Catherine Zeta-Jones. So how exciting has it been to work with this Oscar winner on the set all the time?
It was an honor to work with her and to be kidnapped by her. It was truly just a pleasure. I never thought I'd say that, but yeah, she was so amazing on set. And I didn't get to work with her much, but in that short amount of time that I did, she was wonderful. Yeah.
And you guys are doing filming in Louisiana, which is a pretty cool place for Liam to build his music career.
Yeah.
Did that setting like inspire your performances in the show?
Yeah, I mean, I was already so spoiled to be able to play like a treasure hunting musician. I mean, how many times do you come across that in a breakdown or a character? And then my second passion is music. So yeah, I mean, also it's just like we were lucky to live by so many places that had live music, and I think that was a huge influence. And also, we had a good amount of prep time, so I would just like sit in my apartment. I got a few of the songs I'd be playing and singing for the show ahead of time, so I was just learning them and really getting them down. And it was a different style of playing than I'm typically used to. It was more the rock blues style, that kind of Nashville singer-songwriter. So learning that type of playing was super, super fun. Yeah, man. I hopefully we go back for second season and get to play some more.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking to us, and good luck on the rest of the show.